Okay, now that we've learned the lesson, let's try some practice in 4.2. Alright, so numbers 1, 2, and 3. Write an equation of the line that passes through the given point and has a given slope. Again, you're going to get tired of this, but slope-intercept form is y equals mx plus b. Alright, you should be getting sick and tired of that by now. Mx plus b. Alright, so here we go. You want to write an equation for this line where slope is 3 and do y-intercept. You can see here clearly it's passing by -1. So all you have to do is write the equation y equals slope is 3, so 3x, and the y-intercept is where it meets the y, and it meets the y right here at -1. So I'm gonna just write -1, and there it is. There it is, your equation. You can do the same for numbers 2 and 3. Alright, so when you have numbers 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, they want you to write an equation that goes through a certain point and has a slope. Okay, this is where it gets a little bit more tricky. You have to do a little bit more work. So let's show the work on a separate page. Alright, make that a little bit bigger. Get rid of that. And just bear with me while I have this set up. Okay, so we have some blank space here we can work with. Alright, so we have, again, really, y equals mx plus b. Whoops. There we go. Alright, so we have here a slope of -3. So I'm going to rewrite y equals, now m is -3, so -3x plus b. Alright. They're telling us it's going through -5 and 4. This -5 and 4, you can say it's an x and a y. It goes through -5, 4. So x is -5, y is 4. So instead of my x and y, I'm going to substitute my y with 4 and my x with -5. Remember, when there's a variable next to a number, that means multiply, so I put that -5 in parentheses because I know that's going to be multiplied plus 5. Alright, so -3 times -5 is 15 plus b. In order to find out what my b is, I'm going to take away 15 on each side. Okay, and that will give me b by itself equals, and 4 minus 15, -9. Okay, so now I know what my slope is, I know what my y-intercept is, I'm going to rewrite my equation. So my final answer here will be y equals, slope is -3, x, and my y-intercept is -9, so -9. There is my final answer. Okay. Alright, and that goes the same for numbers 5 through 9. When you have graphs and they're not telling you what the slope is, you can find out the slope if you have two given points. Again, that slope, m, is going to equal y2 minus y1, whoops, over x2 minus x1. Make sure that looks like a 1. Okay. So you can if you want to use this as x1, then use that as y1. x2, y2. If you want to use this as x1, y1, x2, y2, that's fine too. So let's just label it x1, y1, x2, y2. So here, I'm going to just use this format here. y2 minus y1. y2 is negative 4 minus negative 2. So negative 4 minus negative 2. Make sure that's a negative. Make sure it's a negative. Whoops. Negative. Over x2 is 2 minus x1 is 4. So 2 minus 4. And that's going to equal negative 4 minus negative 2 becomes negative 4 plus 2, which is negative 2 on the top. 2 minus negative 4 is negative 2. So that means my slope, negative 2 over negative 2, any number over itself is 1. So my slope here is 1. You can also count it rise over run. Rise 2, run 2. Or rise 1, run 1. So I know my slope here, now m, is 1. Okay. Now I can see that it's going to go past point negative 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I'm going to just write my equation y equals, when the slope is 1, you actually don't have to write it, you just have to write x, because there's an imaginary 1. And that's minus 6. Okay. Alright, now let's do one more problem that involves writing the equation when it gives you just 2 points. Okay. So here's your 2 points. Ooh, that looks messy. Alright, so here are your 2 points. That means you can figure out your slope, y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So let's label this x1, y1, x2, y2. So my slope is going to be y2, y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So y2 minus y1, negative 4 minus negative 4 over x2 minus x1, 5 minus 0. Now if you notice here, negative 4 minus negative 4, that's going to be negative 4 plus 4, which is actually 0. 5 minus 0 is 5. Remember, when there's a 0 over 5, or 0 over any number in that matter, your slope is going to be 0. Okay? So what does that mean? If the slope is 0, well, on this graph, negative 0, negative 4, and 5, negative 4. That means it's going to go over these 2 points, which is actually a graph that is going sideways, going past negative 4. So that means this graph is actually, wherever point you go on this graph, your y is going to be negative 4. So your actual graph is y equals negative 4. Okay. Alright, and for the word problems, we'll go over these in class. Alright, thanks for listening.